game from this morning, which unfortunately I lost, but it was really a good game and quite instructive. So I was actually looking for this Vienna gambit with that pawn to f4, but when he did that, I've changed my mind and went for that e5 pawn there. So he's defending the e5 pawn. Now, Stockfish, let's switch the engine on, says immediately go after that bishop, and then white is in the lead. So the bishop has nowhere to go, and it would get captured pretty soon. So I don't do that. I went after the bishop in this way instead, and followed all of Stockfish's recommendations. Once again, go after the bishop. That bishop is a huge target because the dark square bishop is outside of its own pawn chain. You can see that it's outside of its pawn chain, so it's a powerful piece. And that's kind of where white normally wants to castle as well. So this bishop is very powerful and needs to be a target. I go for the pinned knight attack, and I'm possibly still thinking about this, and then when he captures, I capture back, and then I've got an attack on the knight, but it's too slow. I'm happy that I was following Stockfish's advice here. The idea is to switch over to here and then make an attack there, make an attack on that g7 pawn. So yeah, and this was a good idea too, castling along. I'm still going after that e5. He wants to bring a pin immediately onto the thing, onto the knight on c3. He's also saying that white's drawn the game after this. So here, black, that's a bad move for black, and keeps white in the driver's seat. White should go for it. And this is actually what costs white the game, is this move. Although it's drawn, it's equal on the bar. This is the move later. You'll see it actually costs the rest of the game. So now I go, and the idea is simply to, create an attack here with the rook and the queen. So now he's going after this square. It's a weak square. So you must notice these holes in your camp, and that would be a triple fork. So absolutely necessary to notice that. White's way in the lead now, by the way. So notice how that knight is undefended, the bishop is blocked in, everything is kind of, doesn't have very much activity. Black's strongest piece is still that dark bishop. So I'm protecting this. There was another move that Stockfish saw the last time I analysed the game, which was this move here, which I liked a lot. I like that move quite a lot, actually. This is new. He didn't show this to me last time I analysed the game, interestingly enough. So here we go. Now the threat, there is a threat here kind of thing, if that knight were to move. So I am planning on pushing it back, and then as soon as it jumps back, I will jump over there with the bishop. And now I'm nearly 4 pawns ahead, 3.6 on the evaluation bar. So white's huge lead now. The knights are not good here with each other because this knight no longer has anywhere to go except for there. And then it would be, yeah, so there's another tactic that I missed. Disappointing, and then it levels out again. Yeah, and that's what you've just got to be aware of in your games, is just notice, what can you attack, where's he weak. You've constantly got to be making that assessment. I was thinking that I was too focused on this, and I didn't want I didn't want this knight to come in. I didn't want that knight to come in, and I don't know why I was so focused on that. Why was I so focused on that? Because he can take, I take, and then the queen takes, and now the queen's, and I didn't like the looks of that at all. So you notice how my mindset here is mostly focused, distracted even, by what I think his attack is, instead of thinking also of what can I attack, where's he weak, right? You've got to be looking for your opponent's weaknesses. That's a weakness. I mean, it's so clear as day. It's right in front. I mean, I'm just shocked. I'm shocked that I didn't see that. Maybe on a different occasion I would have seen it. So yeah, just really bad now. So this is a horrible move that loses pretty much on the spot. And I don't think my opponent's... I mean, look, I was looking at that and I thought, yes, okay, and then I'm going to bring this guy out, and I'm going to bring that over, and I'm going to be hitting the queen. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. He makes a losing move here as well. It's not a losing move, but it's not a very good move. And what is the engine saying? You know, look at that. He's completely ignoring this as he sort of recommends this and recommends this. Goodness. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. We could even, let's throw in another line of analysis and see what he says. No, he's saying that this is the best line, that's it. So he just really likes this line. So if the rook were to go there, what happens? This is pinned, by the way, so you can't take that. That's kind of important to notice. So he wants to get out of the pin. So now you go, and then that's his best move. So black is really struggling right now. Then you can maybe come back, and then he's going to go back, and then for some reason we've got something here. Yeah, so black, you see, black has kind of got no moves, no interesting moves, whereas white can kind of take his time. What happens if he, what's the difference now? Just these really subtle differences that the engine sees. Black is leading now, so I don't know why the engine has recommended all of this. Okay, well, let's go back to the game. I push forward. So he's there. Now I notice that he's pinned. He's not going to go anywhere. So now I'm trying to look for a useful move that can take advantage of the tempo that I've got. And that's what I saw, which is horrible. Kind of loses on the spot. I lose 4 points down now. He can erode that center, so he does right away. And what did I have in mind? Just take it back. I'm still losing horribly. Oh man, it's just getting worse. I want to keep my defense on that knight, you know. So I'm just trying to hold the knight. Nice idea there. Yeah, I was looking at that move actually. So then we can, I'm still holding that knight right now. I'm just trying to get some breathing room too. He's saying that you need to move that bishop so that you can pull this rook out. And it's a level game now until that move. So I absolutely had to develop the bishop and connect the rooks. So remember, connect your rooks. Free up the back rank so that you can get the rooks into the game. So these are kind of really basic mistakes that I'm making here. I didn't see this, that he could take me back with the queen. I mean, I'm really playing badly. So I thought, okay, if I take with the rook, then he'll take back with the bishop, and then I can bring the bishop out. his idea there of attacking with that, let's try it. So if you come up there, then he can do this, then you do that. Now that's kind of weakened his position a little bit. It's got provocative move. And you've got now a hole there, a strategic point for the longer term game. Red, he really likes that move, huh? Because he clears up that rook. Go back to the game. We're nearly finished. So he here I just want to bring that up and attack this guy because he's got nowhere to go right now. See, that knight is trapped if I can attack it. So that's what I was looking at. But what I was looking at was just way too slow. So he comes across, and then I make a horrible blunder. I just didn't see that his queen can recapture until now. So I saw now, and then I went, oh, look, his queen can recapture. He recaptures with the queen, and then I absolutely had to do that knight move or this king move and get that king out of the way, or bring the knight there to protect that square. So you can see what's black's idea. So I don't do it. I continue going with my idea because I wasn't looking at what he was doing. And then he does it. So you can see now clearly my queen is skewered. And so I resigned there. Thank you very much. I hope that was a fun game for you.